guys, Jonah here. Um, not doing a beer review today, so if you were going to be drinking beer, I should say, but I'm not going to be doing a review unless the mood takes me. But I've already reviewed this beer that I'm drinking many times. But yeah, there's a bit of a catch up, see what's going on, etc., etc. Because I haven't uploaded a video since Tuesday, I think. I don't think I uploaded one on Wednesday because I have gone absolutely mental with these guys. The camera today and yesterday, in part, was MotoGP, and the Weatherspoons Beer Festival has started. It officially started on Wednesday, and out of the 30 beers, I've had 19. So I'm almost, was it 19? I think. Yeah. So not not many left to go. About 11 or 12 left to go. But yeah, oh my God, it's been ridiculous. So Wednesday went out, organised a an event for the camera, for the Thanet camera people, which was in the Spoons. Had a few beers there. Went to a different pub. Had a couple of beers there. Um, then on the Thursday, it was the actual branch meeting of the Thanet camera, and obviously ended up having some beers. Went back to the Weatherspoons after that, and had a couple more beers to sample from the different beers that are on offer. And the Weatherspoons Beer Festival had been a bit sneaky, because some of the beers that have got the this is a festival ale, um, are not a festival ale beer. Well, at least not from their own website, and not from the tasting notes, which I have forgotten. It's downstairs, so I'm not going to bother showing you all the notes and stuff. But I'm probably going to do a review beer of the festival, because I've had two beers so far out of, I think it's 18, 19 beers, whatever I've had, which were really, really good. Um, then on Friday, I went to Canterbury. I was there doing some other stuff, but met up with the Ashford camera again, guys, and we had a beer tasting at Dockers, which, if you know Canterbury West Station, there's a place right next door called the Good Shed, and yeah, it's got a bar in it. Well, it's technically, I think it's got two bars in it. Now, you know what I'm like. I'm a bit of a tight ass, and buying their cans of beer from there or on draft, roughly £5 a pint. So it's definitely for. I'll tell you something really funny. One of the beers is called Delf, DLF, down from London, and it describes perfectly the people that kind of work or have a main job in London and then come and live and buy property, because it's cheaper over here in Kent, and then go up and spend, I think, about 10, 12 grand a year if you buy the train ticket for a year, which is a lot of money. But house prices in London, absolutely ridiculous. There are lots of these people, and they've got good jobs essentially. They got a lot of spare cash, so they can afford to pay £5 a pint in Canterbury. Like, ridiculous. There are some places, Shepherd Neame, I'm talking to you guys now, whose pints are quite expensive, compared to other places. Um, but anyway, Dockers, they're originally from Folkestone, but they've got a bar. They've set up a bar in the Good Shed. Fantastic. Got to sample all the beers on offer for free, which was really nice, because it was an actual sanctioned camera event. And I think I had five, six, possibly different beers. One of them was an exclusive beer They only made the beer once. It was a double strength stout, and oh my god, it was absolutely gorgeous. It was about 6.8%, I think. Dark matter, cask conditioned or cask aged special edition. Ridiculous. If you want to check it out, look up Untapped and hit me up on Untapped if you like. Yeah, I think only 4 people in the country have actually reviewed that beer and put the beer on Untapped. So that gives you a scale of how rare this beer was, but it was absolutely lovely. After that, went to the Spoons ×2, had 3 beers in each because Canterbury's got 2 Wetherspoons. So yeah, so I'd had 6 beers in there. Then I went to the Wetherspoons, had another 6 beers, so 12 beers in. Then I wasn't drinking pints; I was drinking halves. But that's still 6 beers, isn't it? 6 pints. Um, and Yeah, then we went to the Foundry, which is a brew pub in Canterbury, and had another half in there, and that was the last one of the evening. Did go to another place after that, the Shakespeare, which is a Shepherd Neame pub, but I didn't buy any beer in there. I just sat and chatted to people and stuff. So, and they were cool with that because there were lots of us, about 20 of us went, and oh man, those things can get a bit messy. And then today, so it's Saturday now. Well, what happened? Now this is going to blow your mind. This is ridiculous. So because I'm trying to drink all of the Wetherspoons festival beers, literally all 30 of them, and I'm not doing too badly, to be honest. Yeah, while I was in Canterbury, because I was there half the day, so I didn't get to go to my local Wetherspoons. Guess what? All of the beers changed. Literally, all of them changed. So that was another 6 beers for me to try. So I got up. Now, please don't think I'm an alcoholic, right? Beer taker, yes. Alcoholic, no. Well, you can make your mind up, but anyway. So I woke up about, I don't know, 9ish. So by 11 o'clock this morning, I was in the Wetherspoons and I drank all 6 new beers today before I had any breakfast. I had some breakfast there as well. They do breakfast, nice and cheap, just ridiculous. So I had 6 more beers this morning. So that's where it gets up to, I don't know if you're keeping count, but I think it's 18, maybe 19 beers. Wow, absolutely ridiculous. So I think, because what I do is on Untapped, I don't do it on YouTube because there's no real way of tracking metrics, but on Untapped, I set up every month beers I'm drinking during the month. Yeah. And I checked this morning and it's the 25th of March and I've had 80 beers, 80 distinct different beers in the month of March. Um, just Jesus Christ. And like I say, please don't think I'm drinking pints. I'm not. I'm drinking halves. I would recommend, if you're into beer ticking, um, please don't drink pints, because unless you're ridiculous or you're retired and you don't have to go to work and you don't have to do any of this stuff. I do, and there's no way I could have 80 pints in 20 days. That's just crazy. But anyway, so that is what I have been up to, and that's my excuse, dear viewer. We're almost 10 minutes in and I haven't had any beer yet. There is a reason for that. So the other thing is, I've said this before, and people that follow my channel a lot will know that my best friend died a year and a half ago. And today, the 25th of March, was Jim's birthday. And yeah, his favourite beer of late was this bad boy. Vocation's Life and Death Classic IPA, 6.5. So I'm going to be drinking this beer. For those of you that don't know much about it, it's a really hoppy, ridiculous, like hop forward American style IPA with Citra and Mosaic, hoppy, tropical, citrusy, etc. Vocation. One of the reasons why I kind of have a real soft spot, I like Vocation so much, is because of my best friend. So we're vocationing it up today. So Vocation Beer Mat, deadly serious about beer, life and death. And the irony of that this beer is called Life and Death is not lost on me, dear viewer. It is just ridiculous. So let's crack the box open. I'm not going to attempt to drink all 4 of these on camera. Not only would that be ridiculous, but I would be very, very drunk. So let's get a couple of these out and we'll see how well we do. This is going to be longer than usual. Let me put these on the floor. I'm running out of space to put all this stuff. Anyway, please join me, especially if you're new, Jim, and you're watching this. Please join me in a drink. A couple of the guys that I'm in contact with, we've got a WhatsApp group for remembering Jim. So I don't know if he was really into his computers. He loved that kind of stuff. There were 2 guys that I've known who are really into their computers, and you probably know people like this, and they go, "Oh, I'll make your website. I'll make your website." But dude, what do I want a website for now? Because I am doing beer tasting and reviewing and beer ticking and all sorts of stuff. You know what I could really do with a website, and the man that I would have relied to help me, who I would literally trust with my life, is not here anymore. And he's probably laughing his ass off up in the great bar upstairs. So look at that bad boy. A pint of Life and Death from Vocation. Like I say, I'm not going to do an actual review, but look at that. That is gorgeous looking pint. Not too bad a head. It's not a northern head in the UK, but that is nice head and pure as the driven snow. Those bubbles. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's drink. Jim, cheers, buddy. Definitely thinking about you today. Nicole, Jules, and Maisie, thinking about you guys too. Cheers. So, what has been going on? Why haven't I been doing stuff? Well, I kind of told you it's been a hectic life in drinking beer and being a beer ticker. And being a Wetherspoons beer ticker as well for a beer festival, which is, yeah, let me go into this. It's a bit unique because usually beer festivals in pubs, and Wetherspoons is a chain of pubs in the UK. So I'm not sure how many. There's a good couple of hundred. I think 270, something like that. I could be totally wrong. I don't know why I've got that number in my mind. Something like that. Wow, quite well carbonated. And what they do, instead of having a rack of beer, oh, and the other thing is, they all real ale, they're all cask. So that's why the camera guys are into it, because it's real ale, it's not craft beer. Well, you could argue some of the craft beers, there's a crossover and etc. Not going to worry about the difference, but this festival is definitely a real ale festival, which is cool because I like real ale. I like craft beer too, but this one is specifically about the real ale. So what Wetherspoons tend to do is they will put, depends how many taps they've got, but they'll put 3 beers is usually about right, 3 or 4 sometimes. So they'll have a number of taps, and they'll put a beer on each tap, so 3 or 4 beers. When one goes off, they'll put a new one on, okay, and they'll keep cycling through until they go through all the 30 beers. So if you're the kind of person that drinks beer every day in a pub, and you're always going to the same pub, and yeah, you're there every night, you'll probably go in and you'll get through most of those beers. Have a drink at lunchtime if you're retired or you're not working or whatever. You can easily go through all the beers. For me, I'm working. So what my idea was on the weekend, and while I was doing other things, I would stop it off in the Wetherspoons nearest where I was on any certain day and hope that they were different ones. Um, so yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. But like I said, while I was in Canterbury and I went to 2 Wetherspoons, 2 different ones, the Wetherspoons that I go to the most and is the biggest one in the country, I still think that's true. The Royal Victoria Pavilion in Ramsgate, big old, used to be a ballroom kind of type place and a casino and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, they had 3 pumps when I went there on Wednesday and Thursday evening. And then what happened is on Friday, when I wasn't there, they decided to free up another 3 pumps. So they had 6 brand new different beers that I hadn't had before. And I was thinking Friday night, Saturday night. If I didn't go there on Saturday, basically, at least one of those 6 would have gone. And yeah, I'd have missed out on a beer. And then I'd have to go searching around all the local ones and the nearby pubs just to find that particular beer, which is probably not what I want to do. So that was why the rush was on. But annoyingly, both the Mechanical Elephant, which is the other bar, the other Wetherspoon, that one's in Margate, they only had one festival ale on. The other 2 taps, although behind the tap, behind the pump clip, it said Spring Beer Festival, blah, 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 blah. Those beers were not part of the festival. They were their regular real ale beers. Luckily, they were really good. And there was a Wonsome beer, which is a local brewery. That's how I knew, because it's a local brewery. It wouldn't have done a national beer, a national beer festival, should I say. But yeah, they had this beer on. Fantastic beer, by the way. Really good beer. If you can find that beer, you'll love it. Really is a nice beer. Want some Black Pig, I think it was called, something like that. Really good beer. Oh, cool. Oh dear. Cool, fruity, quite hot carbonated. It's making me hiccup. And I've only had those 6 beers this morning. I didn't have any beers this afternoon because I've had all the 6 beers, so don't need to. Although the other beer, the other bar, has actually put on another festival beer, but only one more, and it's one I haven't ticked, so I might try and sneak out tomorrow to tick that one off. But maybe I'll leave it till Monday. We'll see. We'll see what we do. Anyway, yes. So I have purchased this camera. Don't know if you can see. Whoa, Thanet camera branch. To try and get a bit more into the kind of camera thing. It's a polo shirt. Doesn't have anything on the back. I was thinking about maybe putting Jona or something on the back, but yeah, didn't need to in the end. But maybe I will do if I find a shirt printer kind of that can do it for me. That might be cool. But yeah, it fits really nicely. Really good quality. Both patches, that one and this one, are sewn in. They're not printed. so it's going to last quite a long time. The only thing is it might shrink in the wash, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But really cool. So that's that. MotoGP started today as well. For those of you that are into your bikes, you'll probably know that MotoGP has tried to do a new thing where they're doing a sprint race on Saturday, i.e. today, and they're doing the full race, so race 2 on the Sunday, and where people finish on the sprint race, it forms the grid for the second race, I think. So they're kind of copying Superbike a little bit. And the Ducati, the guy that won the championship, Franco or Pecco Bagnaia, Italian on an Italian bike, world champion. So he was the champion of last year. He won the first race of the season, which happened this afternoon. So, come on. And my favourite racer at the moment, Marc Marquez, finished 3rd. So that's pretty good as well. So I'm happy with that. What else has been going on? The Yorkshire beers that I've had from, here we go. Oh no, not that one. It is this one. That was the Spanish one. I've still got to do that video. Yeah, had one of those. Haven't had any more of those. The Spanish one, I've still got to work out what the beer in the box is, and let you guys know. If I get a chance tomorrow, I'll do that video tomorrow, because it also means I don't have any beer to drink. And I'm not sure if, I think, have I got a Supermarket Sunday beer? I will have to check my beer box and see what I've got regarding Supermarket Sunday. I have got a beer, and I've seen one of the big reviewers, Simon, Welsh Simon, should I say, from Real Ale Craft Beer channel. If you're watching this because you like beer, then you know who he is. He's already reviewed this one, so I might do that one. I was keeping that beer perhaps for nearer Easter. We're not into April yet. We're close, but we're not into April yet, so I'm not sure. The other thing is I've got this, and this is a camera thing. Says so in the corner. Got a copy of their beer magazine, which is really cool. It gives lots of information about pubs, about breweries, and anything cask. So that's a good thing there. Try the freshest beer on the bar. Drink cask fresh. As we all know, cask beer, you should really drink it within 3 days of the keg being tapped, or the cask, I should say, being tapped. So 3 days old, because obviously it lets air into the system. Unlike a CO2 kegged beer, which will last longer because it's protected by the CO2, sometimes those beers can last for ages and ages. Whereas a cask beer, if you go much longer than 3 or 4, maybe 5 days, that beer will be tasting bad. So it's really, really fresh beer. So that's the best way of thinking about cask beer. Most people think it's old bearded dudes drinking old Nobbler and old Scrobbler and all that kind of stuff. I've got a pretty fat beard, but I'm thinking I'm going to cut it back. I'm going to do a bit of, yeah, topiary, a bit of spring cleaning of the beard, because it's getting a bit fat and it's curly. It's like yeah, it's like pubes, isn't it? I suppose it is pubes, but yeah, it's just I can't, without spending a lot of money on like heated tongs and things and trying to straighten it out, and that's not my idea of fun. That's not why I grow a beard. I just don't cut my beard and it just grows. That's essentially what happens. That is why my beard is so long. Yeah, what can you do? I'm lazy, I know, sorry. I'll drink to that. Oh, getting hiccups from this. Look at those lines on the side, fat lacing lines. Absolutely gorgeous. That's what I want to see in my beer. So thank you guys. Please click like, please subscribe. I'm assuming that anyone who hasn't subscribed and isn't interested in listening to my shenanigans, you won't have listened this far into the video anyway. But YouTube, to try and have a YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel, I'm trying to grow it up. I'm trying to get it back to where it was. I'm not getting a huge amount of traffic. So those of you that are watching this and this far in, please click like on YouTube. If you're watching this through a different channel, please open it up in YouTube and then tick the thumbs up, click like, because it will really help me out, basically. Um, I know I say it on most of my videos, and sorry, because people do get fucked off. Oh, you say that all the time. Why do you want us to watch your videos? Oh, I've been watching your videos for years. Thank you very much, but please click like, because that's what YouTube, the algorithm is looking for. Clicking like, new subscribers, and comments as well. So if you click like, if you type a comment at the box down below, you're doing me a huge favor. So thank you very much. If you don't fancy doing that, no worries. Thank you for watching. I'm still going to be doing my YouTube videos because I really like doing the videos. It's kind of my form of therapy, talking to you, dear viewer, through this medium of cameras and lights, camera, action, and all that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, things are going okay. Money is a bit tight, like it is for everyone. Um, but we're muddling through. We really are. So yeah, that's all you can do with life. I'm sure things will get better. At the moment, yep, money's not stretching very far. I'm still able to drink some beers. Still able to do my reviews. Chatting to you guys, which is always good. Makes me happy. Um, who was that I was talking to the other day, and they were like, "Oh, all the videos you seem to do these days are the Beer 52 ones." Well, this is true. I do a lot of my videos are Beer 52. They're not sponsored. I pay for my subscription, um, but it's easy. Set up a subscription. The beers come in the post every month. It's easy. The beers are always different, and that is the main reason why I like Beer 52, as opposed to brewery boxes. I have looked at some of those, and yeah, there are a couple that always try and send you different beers. But most of the time it's like have four of these beers that are, or say you get 12 beers, you get a case of beers, and it's three sets of four beers. So technically you're only getting three different beers. You're just getting a 4 pack of each. Um, and for me, that's not as interesting as trying as many different beers as I can, working out what the good ones are, and once I've worked out that, maybe I'll order some others. But I reckon it's chasing breweries as well. So you've got breweries like Vocation, who, in my estimation, and it's not just because my best friend, this was their favourite beer. I did drink some Vocation beers as well. They do some really good beers. They do some dark beers, light beers, American styles. They do a lager. They do in the winter. They do the annual winter box set, which is really good. Done that a couple of years in a row now. Um, Breweries like that are really worthwhile getting kind of special deals on and relationship with, which is really cool. Siren is another one. And when we look at the Yorkshire box from Beer 52 on the back, Siren is doing a 10th birthday box next month. The only thing is, a lot of these beers, I've worked out what all these beers are. I've tried all of them already. But Siren, I don't mind, because Siren are a fantastic brewer, really good one. There are other amazing breweries do exist, don't get me wrong, but I'd rather choose different beers and work it out for myself, kind of thing. Anyway, we are over half an hour, so thank you very much for watching. Um, I haven't done a review. I haven't done a beer video for over 3 days. So thank you very much, guys, for coming in. Jim, I love you, man. I'll miss you most days. I think about you, to be honest. Sometimes it makes me laugh. Other times it makes me well up. Sometimes I hear a piece of music. Been driving around today, listening to the Chili Peppers in the car. We went to a couple of concerts together, me and Jim, and yeah, it always makes me think of him. So cheers, buddy. Keep the stall at that celestial bar in the sky. Keep it free, so when I get there, I've got somewhere to sit and drink a beer with you, man, and yeah, talk some old toot. It's an old charter or something, apparently. Cheers, big man. Um, and dear viewer, if you don't see anything much coming out from the Unclejona channel over the next week or so, it's purely because I am chasing the remaining Wetherspoons beers. I was going to do some reviews in the pub, but they don't have music on, so it's not too bad. But they are quite noisy places, and because I'm working at the same time, the only free time I've got to go searching for these beers in the evening, which is usually when I record my beer reviews. So yeah, and the Wetherspoons in the evening tend to be a lot of people chatting, and it's quite a noisy environment. So maybe not conducive for making videos. And I haven't got, well, I have actually got an external mic somewhere, but my current setup, if I was going to Wetherspoons, I'd probably do it through my phone, and it doesn't have a directional mic, so it picks up sound from everywhere, so it probably wouldn't be so good. I might try and do one using my headphones, perhaps. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, we'll see what happens, dear viewer. If I don't see you in a while, it's because I'm down at the spoons. If you want to join me, please feel free. If you ever bump into me in a bar, in a pub, at a beer festival, please come up and say hello. It makes my day. And yeah, I'll probably chat some old shit to you in the flesh. Cheers and beers, guys. And as ever, we'll see you real soon for more beer reviews.